Hi guys and welcome back to Think Student. Today we're going to be looking at our top 10 A-level EPQ ideas. In this video we're going to be covering a fraction of the over 600 EPQ ideas that we've come up with over on one of our articles, which includes 30 ideas for every A-level subject. If you'd like to check out the full list for more ideas, you can check out the first link in the description. Just a quick disclaimer before we get into the video. The 10 EPQ ideas listed in this video and the other 600 EPQ ideas linked in the description are only meant to inspire you and hopefully give some further insight to what your personal EPQ will be about. At number 1 we have, is creating a general AI a good idea? This EPQ idea, like many on this list, have plenty of room for you to share your own opinion and reinforce it with quality research. You could discuss liability issues related to self-driving car accidents, the way people's data is processed and distributed throughout companies, and even the potential uprising of robots. With automation rapidly advancing, AI has played a huge role in modern day technologies. From Alexa to self-driving cars, the world has been littered with these artificial intelligence devices, and although the benefits have shone through making our everyday lives easier, there are still deep concerns about the privacy and, more importantly, the safety of their users. At number 2, we have, do embryos have rights? This question is one that's in constant debate across the world with two distinct groups with opposing views, named pro-life and pro-choice. The laws regarding this topic are also completely different across the world, with first world countries broadly legalizing the right to an abortion and less developed countries banning it completely. A main factor of the argument that you can discuss in your EPQ is the consciousness of the baby and the stage at which the embryo truly becomes human. Even though thousands of hours of research have been spent researching this question, it still generally comes down to the opinion of each person and often their religious beliefs. At number 3, we have, how much has human activity contributed to climate change? With climate change first being proposed in the 19th century and still in common discussion today, this question has always been prevalent. Although the Earth goes through natural cycles of warming and chilling, data suggests that in more recent times these aspects have been exaggerated due to human activity. Multiple organisations have also dedicated themselves to slowing down and even reversing these effects by planting trees, reducing carbon emissions and recycling energy. However, there are still many people who believe that climate change is a complete hoax or at least exaggerated massively in order for organisations to benefit. So discussing this side of the argument in your EPQ could yield some interesting results. And number 4 we have, is capital punishment justified? In most developed countries, capital punishment is outright illegal. However, in some such as the USA, the death penalty still applies in the majority of its states. There are many different mindsets that you can explore with this question, such as an eye for an eye, but also others who are completely against capital punishment, as in sense it makes the country just as bad as the criminal. In the end, it will come down to your opinion on what crimes, if any, that you believe constitute a penalty this severe. In the EPQ, you'll be able to evaluate all of these viewpoints and state which one you resonate with. Just a quick reminder, if you'd like to see tons more article ideas or purchase an EPQ guide that will really help you get that A star, you can find the links of both of those in the description down below. At number 5 we have, evaluating the gender pay gap in sport. The pay gap is something commonly discussed in modern society, with many countries developing to enforce equality across the sexes. Where this is most prominent, however, is in sport, largely because of the stark difference in people who view the sport and therefore generate revenue by watching. In this EPQ, you can analyse the ratios of view counts to income for the players, or the general trends of popularity of the sports over time. You can then come to a conclusion and determine the significance of the pay gap and whether you think it's fair. At number 6 we have, the effect of music on the brain. This question is great for anyone wanting to do an EPQ related to psychology. It's also a very interesting topic to cover, with many studies linking music to emotional and behavioural benefits for people, especially those suffering with Alzheimer's. In this question, you can cover the reasoning behind these benefits and also why they occur, and this question provides you with a great learning opportunity as well, which could potentially benefit you in your A-level course. If you're applying for psychology for university, expanding on this EPQ could really make your application stand out as it shows real experience in the subject, which is often hard to get at this level. And these little things are exactly what universities and potential employers look for. At number 7 we have, what's the maths behind Bitcoin mining? The Bitcoin craze, which started in 2014 and peaked in 2018, has revolutionized the world of cryptocurrency. If you're particularly interested, it could be a really cool investigation to learn how Bitcoin is obtained. This EPQ is mainly focused for those pursuing computer science and could also be something that universities would love to hear about in your personal statement. The knowledge gained from this could also benefit you greatly in the future for jobs working in the stock market industry, as the market for crypto is ever expanding. And number 8, we have, how has the atomic model changed over time? This one is an especially good question for those interested in chemistry and or physics, as it quite possibly covers the centre of life, the atom. The progression of the atomic model has revolutionised the way scientists look at the universe, so going in depth on this topic can uncover some really interesting information. This EPQ also has a great learning opportunity, covering parts of the A-level physics content which can help you when it comes to your exams. If your potential job is physics related, it can be extremely important and useful to understand these basics and how they've changed over time. At number 9 we have, how will graphene change the future? Graphene is used across the globe in electronics, food processing, CO2 capture, and in the future, possibly applications in space. With these exciting developments and many more, in this EPQ you can assess graphene's effectiveness and its cost, determining how and when these revolutionary advances might occur. This EPQ question is a really interesting one, as it's most likely that the things talked about in it will happen in our lifetimes. This EPQ can also be covered by any of the sciences, as graphene's uses are widespread. At number 10 we have, does homosexuality between non-human animals exist? With homosexuality in humans only becoming commonplace within the last 50 years, the thought of the same occurring in animals has only started to be looked into recently. Most research concludes that homosexual activities can occur between different species, but often are ruled out as anomalies. However, recent research has indicated that signs of same-sex mating can occur regularly in groups of female Japanese macaws. But considering these macaws still showed interest in the members of the opposite sex, it's ultimately your decision in this EPQ to decide whether that this can truly be classified as homosexuality. That's it for this video, guys. If you'd like further help with your EPQ, you can click the link in the description to purchase an EPQ guide. And if you'd like to see over 600 extra EPQ title ideas, you can also go to the first link in the description to see that.